guys, welcome to the 7 Money Show. Me, your host Sean. I apologise in advance for any background noise. We are outside, but ALAC is apparently going to merge on Thursday. Whether it's or not is another thing. Also, as one of his directors has resigned, but the main point I want to put out is how it's supposed to have be based in China and have been solar. Now, this is a tricky bit. It's supposed to have rights, and I'm sure you know when they have rights you're supposed to steer clear of them. But anyway, each unit will give you access to 1/10 of a right. Each unit will give you 1/2 of a warrant. And basically it's already had a slight run up, not a huge run up, but I think this is one I will be steering clear of. Chinese solar stocks don't tend to do well for me. The fact they've put the rights in as well makes me think they'll be seeking further money. I'm more interested at the moment in PIC. I think PIC is incredibly undervalued, and if we look, you can see, and you'll see there, I haven't gone too heavy in PIC actually, but if we look at this chart, we can see how it had a huge run up when it announced the XL fleet. Now it's gone down. If you have some spare cash and you went in at $13, you can average down if you want, or if you haven't started a position, you may want to start a position, because I think the way the chart looks, it wouldn't be take too much for it to come up again. Now bear in mind, you may have your money in there for a while, but I do think that there's a good one. I am also looking at Clean Spark. Now, everyone was saying to get in it when it was at $14, when it was at $12-14. I liked the look of Clean Spark, but it was just too overpriced for me, and you know, I could see from the chart there was going to be a sell-off, and there has been. Now I think if it gets down to $7, maybe I may pick some up. If it's between $6.60 and $7, I'll definitely pick some up. I like the company. I think it has a bright future ahead of it. It still has the court case hanging over it I spoke about before, but I think the court case will turn out to be a nothing case. I'm surprised it's gone this far. But you never know with these things. Now we're going to speak about, and don't forget to hit that lovely like button, almost as lovely as me. Helps with the YouTube algorithm and getting the video out to more people. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Become part of the 7 Money Show family. We give each other hints and tips and updates about stocks and shares we talk about on the show. As well as that, you can ask me to look into any share you want, and I don't charge a Discord fee or ask for a Patreon, all I do ask is for you to comment in the box below and hit the like button. Even if you disagree with me, especially if you disagree with me, I like a debate. And if I do something wrong, I want you to call me on it so I can improve the channel. And why not check out the links in the description below? There's lots of others. I've used each one of them myself. I wouldn't give you links if I haven't checked them out myself. If you're looking for a free trading platform which should trade your stocks and shares, you know, you can get a free share worth up to £200 for signing up and depositing a small amount. A free trade only requires a £1 deposit. The others require £100 or dollars, depending on which one you go for. Stake has over 3,500 US stocks on their books, which is the biggest one outside of the US. Whereas Trading 212 is one of the best and easiest platforms to use. But as I said, I use all three. Anyway, on with the show. INUV. At the time of recording, I think this is getting prepared for a run up. I think once it starts, it'll be hard to stop. I think the last run up that people were thinking, oh, it 2x'd. I think people will look back on that and think, oh, that was more of a resistance play, testing the resistance. I think it will break that, but we will have to wait and see. This won't be something that will be happening in a couple of days or even a week. It's something you have to hold on to long term, but I think it will come. And of course, Workhorse, baby, unless it's already been announced. Alright. I've done a video about this, give my price point. If you think it's going to get 22%, at least 22% of the contract, then it will be of the USPS contract, then on that basis alone is worth $25. I broke down that the value of the company at the moment, the price to sales of 12, with the UPS contract that it has for 1,000 trucks, and 22% of the USPS contract divided by the amount of shares. This is on the basis that they don't dilute shares, of course, and this doesn't even include the 10% holding in Lordstown Motors. But we take all that into account and we come up with $28 a share. Now we can round to $25 if you want, but that means that if they get 22% of it, they may get a dip because people were expecting more, but on the whole, its share price, its fair value of the share price should be $28. We know the market isn't fair. It's a hard bitch at times. Sorry for that if that language offends you, but as you say, the first round, the market is a voting system, and then it's only long term that it's fair. So if you're holding short term, then it's a voting system. It's only if you're holding long term that it goes fair value. So if they get 50%, then it will go up past $50. People will be, it's strange to think about it, but people will be happier with 50% they will probably be 3 times happier with 50% than they would be with 25%. I'm okay with 25%, I'm okay with 20% of the contract. But for some reason, people will see that as a failure. Me, I wouldn't. I'd see that as a rise in the share price, as validation for this contract and future contracts. And think about it, they have an interest rate of 4% on 200 million, and that will be brought down to 2.7%. So they've brought down their interest rate by 1.3%. So I see that. I would see that as a great plus. Now, there will be people who do not do the research, do not look into it, and do not look at it that way. They will say they should have got 100%, should have got 75%, should have got 50% at least. And I'm thinking, I agree, they should have got 50 to 75%. But we know politics do not work that way. We know government contracts do not work that way all the time. So we have to be realistic, and we have to look at how it affects the company, the pluses and minuses. As long as they get above 22% of the contract, it will be a plus for the company. And people need to realise that. And as long as you hold through the short term, and you're able to hold for the long term, it may go down for the short term, but it will rebalance and come back, because they will do well. All this, as I spoke about before, how they don't have the manufacturing facilities for more than 5-10%. Don't get me wrong, I respect Cake Trader and some of the others who have been saying that, but GEVO did, as I said before, didn't have a manufacturing facility for the contract, multi-billion-dollar contract they had. What they had was the patent for what they had. They used the contract to open up 4 new facilities. They used the money for the contract to open up 4 new facilities. And then they ended up growing as a company on the back of it. So that contract, it didn't give them financial gain as such, it gave them gain in growth. It meant that there was a little bit of financial gain, but it didn't give them the financial gain everyone was hoping for, which is why it fell again, but only in a short term, because it meant that they could handle any contract that was thrown at them. And they've grown for the future. They've got the facilities, they've got the staff, they've got all the equipment that they need. It also means that people can outsource to them, and that's what Workhorse can do if they get 50% or more. Anyway, see you in the next video. Don't forget to hit the like button and comment in the box below.